Hello YouTube! So today is hair time and I'm going to do the Pompadour look. You have to think sort of James Dean, it's a newer take on it, so it's a bit shorter on the sides, a bit longer at the top and towards the fringe, and the whole thing is sort of pushed back with a bit of volume. So let's do it. So the first thing I have to do is dry my hair because it's just too wet to do anything with. Now I tell you all the time, when you dry your hair, put the nozzle on and use it to sort of dry it in the style you want. So because we're having a fringe, we're going to dry it upwards. Now, because our fringe doesn't want to just be up like that and we want it to sort of curl back on itself, I'm going to use a brush like this, grab a piece and sort of do that with it. Now doing this does take a tiny bit of practice because obviously you're in the mirror and everything's backwards and upside down. To start with, I was brushing my nose and I was drying the back of my head, and it gets really confusing. But seriously, don't give up. Give it like 5 minutes and you'll be fine. Now I don't want too much air coming out because it's going to dry everywhere. So I'm going to put it on half speed but full heat because the heat will sort of set it a bit. Okay, so we're halfway through the drying, it's still quite wet, but as you can see it's starting to sort of hold itself there already. But if you're looking at this thinking there is no way my hair's going to do that, it's going to go, no, I won't, I'm going to do this instead. Then, what you can do is use a little bit of gel, like not much, while your hair's still quite damp, a tiny bit of gel. I'm going to show you now. Now I've got VO5 Extreme Star Sports Gel here. To be fair, you could use any gel at this point because it's not the fully finished look. So really not much at all, and we're going to just sort of push it through our hair and then dry it through. Okay, so now I've got a bit of gel and we're going to go back to drying it as we were a minute ago. So there you go, it's messy, but it's on its way. Now as you can see, because I used the gel when it was damp and I really worked it through my hair and I dried it in place, you don't get that crispy sort of look that you get when you're at high school and you're trying to impress the girl who sits next to you in English. Clearly that guy was me, and I'm quite bitter about it. So for this I'm using VO5 Extreme Star Rework. Now the reason I've chosen this one is because it gives a really good finish. You're not going to have loads of shine or anything, and it's going to be touchable all day. So just a little bit like that, and then you sort of work it into your hands. You can get all tacky and sticky first and then start working it through. Don't just go straight in there. Start with your fingertips like this and start raking it all back, because otherwise you're just going to have a whole mess of it in the front of your hair. If your hair doesn't cooperate, it's quite a good idea to sort of layer it. So start with a little bit, put it through. If you need a little bit more through. Don't just put a whole load in one go. Okay, so I'm going to put one more layer through just to make sure it's all in place. Because I'm layering, it's much easier to know when to stop. Because if you just put loads on, then it's too late. It's in your hair and you have to wash it to start again. So by putting a little bit on at a time, it makes life a lot easier. It really is that simple. Once you've mastered the sort of the comb and the hair dry at the same time, it's pretty easy. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope this has helped. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and thumbs up and all that stuff, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!